You sound marvelous.
You
We're gonna
sound
we're gonna
marvelous.
do the thing. You know the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do it live.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's your Saturday so far?
Oh, good. Good Saturday.
Good, good.
We did the Rex Hex and Apex show with Horror Mike.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Dan.
I watched the
Dan
most of
Magic
it.
Beard for liking us over on Twitter.
Hello, Dan.
Yeah, early, yes, a few
Oi,
minutes
oi,
early.
Carrie. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, might as well go with it. Do it live.
That's right.
I got thinking, I've never used that as a title, so there you go.
There you go.
4 o'clock shadow, episode 576, my friend.
Man, it's racking them up.
hmm hmm
God, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago. We just hit 500.
I know, right? But
Holy shit, man.
that was like 77 days ago.
Really? Dang.
Well, yeah,
I'm
if you
glad
do
we're
the
having
numbers,
fun.
right? One a day.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little hyper as prayer pastoring again tonight. Oh, carries
Oh, very
carries on.
nice, kid.
Yeah. Hyper
Excellent.
carry.
So you're getting out there and doing good work.
Did you get out and do some good work in the yard today?
Hell, it's freezing outside.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
little chilly here. It's not,
it
I wouldn't say
temperature
freezing,
plummeted.
but
It's like 30, something like that right now.
yeah, you eventually got to head south, young man, or west or somewhere where it's warmer.
Apparently, man, as soon as I can talk the little woman into it,
Hmm.
I'll be migrating.
Well, bump off the mother and your mother-in-law, and you could probably move.
Well, if she wasn't such a sweetheart, that would be a lot easier of a prospect. But she's
Yeah.
a very nice lady.
Well, we don't condone self-deletion or murder here in Minecraft or
That's
otherwise
right.
at all.
No, I don't endorse violence of any kind, unless it's cartoon violence.
Yes, some stretch and squish, right?
Yeah.
Squish. Yeah. Drop an
People
anvil on
shaking
your
her
head.
frying pan, in
Not
the
a big deal.
face. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, got to talk on one of your subjects that you really like, horror movies.
Oh yeah, I was there in the
Horror
chat
month.
for most of it.
Yeah. Did you
Oh.
take a nap? Did you get tired? Take a nap.
Yeah, I ended up taking a little nap.
Yeah. It will keep catch up with you.
Well, no matter what, dude. Like even I've been off the last 2 days. I've been eating like a pig and
Uh huh.
drinking far too much. I'm still up at 4 o'clock in the morning every fucking day, no matter what. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just
Well,
yeah.
yeah. My schedule hasn't changed either. In fact, I've been trying to remind myself what day it is every day, so I don't get my days mixed up. I feel like it
Well, I
should be
messed up.
Tuesday or something.
Yeah, I messed up earlier. You had the notification for Monday up there, and I didn't look at the date. And I'm like, "Hey, well, happy Saturday!" And then I realized after I looked at the date, like, "Oh well, people will figure it out on Monday."
Here's one of Justin, Agent Zero, Chrome Dog, one of
Uh
his
huh.
racks that he's put out.
Yeah,
Uh,
dude, I love that idea. I think
King
that's a great
Cryptid
idea.
and Alterna books and other stuff there on the racks.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Nice. I'm glad he finally posted one where we could take a look and see what it looks like. Those are
Okay.
those have to be bigger racks though, I mean if you board and bag stuff, it's,
Oh yeah, yeah. They're gonna have to be.
you can't fit it in a regular comic rack. You almost have to fit them with raw or go digest size or something. So
Yeah, maybe a more
yeah,
of a magazine size rack or something.
but yeah, I mean, he's taken like some racks and put them up about uh 5 different locations around in his local area. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty neat. I like that idea.
Hmm.
I was
I think,
contemplating trying to do something like that around here.
yeah, I feel like we need to get stuff out.
Yeah, get more
Uh,
eyes. The more eyes
oh
we have
yeah,
on it, and I mean, we've talked about it before. That just the traffic of a little kid or a teenager or whatever walking past that rack and seeing a killer cover or something, and just
oh yeah, man. I mean,
you don't have that anymore.
you go and you see comics like this on the rack, and it engages a kid. It's like, oh, look at all those neat characters,
Hmm.
and I want to check that out. And it might be their first comic, or maybe not their first comic, but the first comic that really gets them collecting. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
my first comics didn't get me collecting, and it was by happenstance that I just got Avengers 147 and 148 and said, oh, this is the sequel or, the continuation that I got a couple weeks ago.
Hmm.
And I said, I'm going to collect this from now on. And I did, for years and years, way up
Yeah,
into the 80s. And that was like
it's kind of the same way,
1976. Hey, Nicholas.
for I don't know, probably from 9 until maybe 13 or whatever. I just bought random horror books and whatever. I wasn't
Right.
really. I mean, I kept them. I held on to them. I didn't. I never got rid of anything, but I wasn't really collecting.
What
And then
best appealed to you?
when I discovered X-Men in like 80,
Yeah. But I mean, you collected what
1980.
best appealed to you at that time.
Yeah, yeah, but I didn't
Yeah.
like you. I didn't realize there was like this whole 40 years of lore of issues going back of different things and all that guy. So when I discovered that, then it was a whole new world.
Yeah, like I said, it was a couple of years, well, maybe more than that before I ever discovered X-Men. That nobody just ever put that on the racks, and there was an occasional, I think I missed, which is pretty good actually. I missed a couple Avengers issues. And maybe I know one of the annuals, and I was looking for the annual, but never, I mean, after a while, you're like, oh yeah, there's supposed to be an annual out sometime this year.
Hmm.
I just missed it.
Yeah,
Um,
that used to happen back in. It's like a 50-50 thing with because the specialty stores you could have a pull list. You made sure you never missed anything, right? But in the old days, you got to go out and hunt them down in the wild. I don't know. Maybe it's just nostalgia.
Wonderful X-Men cover here, but this was before I started collecting in 1975.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Brother against brother. My brother, my enemy. Havoc
I always
versus
I always
Cyclops.
liked Havoc's powers, but his suit was always a little weird to me.
That's a great cover. Joe
But I
sent
thought
it on the
his
inks.
powers were better than Cyclops'. Hey, Nicholas Gear in the house. Howdy, Nick.
Champions was another one that was kind of like Defenders. They were kind of like an offbeat team with Ghost Rider and Hercules and Black
Mm-hmm.
Widow and
I think they had
Iceman and Angel.
what, Iceman and Angel, yeah, for a while.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's a great cover. I think I have that one in my collection with the Red Ghost. I try and collect the Red Ghost. He's pretty cool. And that's a buzzsaw. They're gonna, you know. Actually, I've been thinking about an Iron Man type character, uh,
Oh,
Shadowhawk, uh, but he has like a nanite technology where it's a sort of a shape shifting uh,
Okay.
metal suit.
Right.
Uh,
So it could like turn into a belt and a watch or something.
or a
Maybe.
totally new looking look of armor,
Right.
just
Yeah.
or kind of like Cyclops does his hand, into a cannon or something. Uh, Doctor Who
Oh,
have a special magazine out to celebrate 60 years. Oh yeah, they're playing it up. But I can't watch any of it. I mean, not even over John's. They're, uh, you
oh
know,
really?
yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
I
they
thought you
want
were
it
going to be
all
able
on.
to watch it over at his place.
Eventually, it'll be put on Disney Plus. They did a deal last year with, and
Oh,
so I know that's kind of like putting the Orville over on Hulu. They're all about the streaming services, and I'm all about boycotting most of that crap. You know,
yeah.
I, I mean, I know they want to take over the internet, and TV. There was a lot of great books that I missed simply because I didn't start collecting earlier.
Hmm. Well, at that, and like we were talking about too, just depended on who was buying magazines for the store on what you would have in your spinner rack, right? So,
Look at that Jim Starlin cover. At least I think it's Jim Starlin.
I think that is. I'm not sure.
Spidey Super Stories. I collected maybe one of those. Maybe I kind of looked them over, but I never
Yeah, I don't
really
think I
got.
picked up any of those. They were a
But I
little.
did watch the Electric Company. Then there was the big
Mhm.
treasure editions that you always enjoyed looking forward to. Don't think I ever saw this one was already gone. I mean, 1975. I didn't get to it, but 1980. Hell yeah, I bought this one with Suntron.
Mhm.
I was reading Iron Man during those
Yep.
uh,
Yeah, those were
John
some good
Romita
Iron Man
Jr. and
days.
Bob
Yeah.
Layton years.
Mhm. There was
All
some
the
good
different
Iron Man action back then.
all the different armors he had. This I
Yeah.
assume's his space armor, one version of it. I'm thinking this here is I may be wrong, but I think it's a Frank Miller cover where he's
Man, it's
toppling
hard to tell on my tiny little
Mysterio.
phone. It does
Hmm.
look like it could be Frank Miller.
Hmm. I
Uh,
bought this when it was on the stands in 1980. It was reading Fantastic Four. I think I did. It's pretty much collecting Fantastic Four by then.
yeah.
Masters of Kung Fu. I probably should have bought more. This is a Mike Zeck cover, by the way. Mike Zeck did at
Oh,
least the
really?
covers to several of these.
Huh. That's cool.
I don't think the new movie breathed any life into that old property whatsoever.
No, I don't think he did much at all.
I think his first appearance would still be a good pickup, but yeah, they said that uh, they lost a lot of steam on that book after the movie came out. I mean, a
Yeah.
bunch, big drop.
Yeah, I
This
think the
looks like
same thing happened with Black Panther too. That had a little surge for a minute. And then,
this might be a Miller cover. Never even seen this one. Spider-Man and Doc Samson
hmm.
from 1980. I've not
Yeah.
even seen that one before. It looks like a fun one. Doc
Yeah.
Samson doesn't get a lot of love outside of Hulk.
No, yeah, he never did get a lot of play outside of the Hulk
Yeah.
books. Carrie
And
said she tried to order you a Doctor Who magazine, Rex, but they were sold out.
oh, yeah. Yeah, I imagine they were. It's kind of hot right now. I appreciate that. I did buy this What If Thor and the Avengers Battle to the
Carrie does.
Gods. I did buy that. I tried to buy all the What Ifs fairly early
Yeah.
on. Uh, Rejected. I bought
Whenever.
this Defenders. I always loved when Eternity was in a book. Mostly Doctor Strange, but Doctor Strange is in the Defenders, so
There you go.
Great cover there. Star Wars, Star Wars. I was like, nah, it's not fun.
I never really read the comics.
Yeah,
I I loved the movies when I was a kid, but I for whatever reason I just never really gravitated toward the comic.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't that it didn't have collectability or, uh, good artists on it. Uh,
Now that I don't know,
it
maybe it's because I was younger then too, but like most of the comics up to that point that I had read that were like adaptations of movies or what have you were not that great of comics. So, like, I don't know, I just never really had an interest in it.
1987, Fall of the Mutants. I bought some of that. That's Walt Simonson
Oh,
cover.
I got most of this, yeah.
I think when they did the Beast like this in the brown and yellow suit, they dumbed him down. They made him stupid
Yeah, they did kind of mess with them a little
somehow.
bit. I think I've
I'm
got
like,
like
you're
the
messing with
first.
my favorite cut. And when he went to X Factor, he lost his blue exterior quite quickly and went back, reverted
Mm,
back. That's why I asked Stan Lee, uh, why did the Beast lose his hair? And he was like, the Beast is bald. He didn't know. Uh,
hey, Lorenzo.
Nuclear terrorist over Times Square. Well, that's prescient. I wonder if that's Mike Barron's run on the Punisher.
Oh, I don't know. Could be.
That's number 7, fighting some nuclear terrorists. Classic X Men, didn't pay much attention to it. Did pick up a few. I think I picked up a few when I bought the comic shop out back in '97.
Yeah.
This is an Art Adams cover, though. You could get new covers with those reprinted issues. I got most of the X Men books, so I kind of didn't go in for this, because I had most of them.
Yeah.
I thought
I
they
don't know.
reprinted those a little bit too quick.
Yeah, I ended up picking up quite a few of those though, just because of the new covers. Art Adams did quite a few of them.
And of course, '87, they're messing with Captain America's outfit, red and black, and did
Yeah,
away with
and Iron
classic
Man.
red, white, and blue, and then this silver and red armor that I just never really liked on Iron Man.
Mm-mm. I always like the
Hey,
classic red and
Lorenzo.
gold.
Yeah, I mean, why mess with something that works? I know you got to change it up every now and then, right? But uh,
I mean, but
can't you make it
I
better?
mean, the options are endless with Iron Man. You can just draw new
Exactly.
gadgetry and cool
Exactly, and
shit.
I'm not really that excited about doing an Iron Man type character. It's been done before. Remember, Ultraverse used to have a
Oh, sure,
character.
there was a Exo Man of War. There's been
Oh
all
yeah,
kinds of
yeah.
you
But
know.
now a shapeshifter that can change, that's kind of interesting. That kind of can form, and you can do all kinds of neat stuff with
Yeah, that could be
him.
a nice little twist.
There you go. There's your gay lizard, Lorenzo. Well, I mean, just my
He's
opinion.
dancing, he's dancing.
It's fancy. Right. Anyway, there's your lizard representation today. Humans are mutated. Just what is that?
Pakuni? I don't know what that means.
Pakuni? Pakuni Matata. No, maybe not.
Maybe.
Humans are just mutated Pakuni. Huh. Well, could be Lorenzo. Who? I don't know. Mankind was around long before I got here. So uh, who knows
And
what
one.
humans are made of? Interesting silent movie clip. It's just a GIF here, but it's got me wanting to see this movie now. Douglas Fairbanks Sr. was kind of like the action man after Rudolph Valentino kind of died early. Uh,
Yeah.
then Douglas Fairbanks Sr. In 1924, The Thief of Baghdad, he's attacked by a giant bat. And I can't blow
Hmm.
this up, but see there, big bat.
Oh yeah,
That's pretty cool. Stabs him and then he falls. I'd like to see that old movie.
that's pretty wild.
Like a lot of fun, you know.
Yeah,
That's one I
pretty
hadn't heard
cool
of.
special effects for 1924.
I have, him in maybe Robin Hood. He did a silent movie of Robin Hood. He also did a silent version of um Zorro, Mark of Zorro, I think it was
Mm-hmm.
called. I have that in my collection, but I don't have the Thief of Baghdad, and that's an early one, 1924. Uh, he was really good friends with Charlie Chaplin, and I really wasn't aware of that till I saw Chaplin in 1991 or 92, the Rodney Downey Jr.
Oh
Version,
yeah.
of
Mm-hmm.
his life. That was kind of insightful movie for me on
Yeah,
Chaplin's life.
I thought it was a pretty good movie too overall.
Oh, he was nominated for Academy Award for Best Actor for that movie.
Was he on that one? Okay, yeah, I
Mhm.
believe it.
Guess what? Speaking of the X-Men, and uh, happy 73rd birthday to Chris Claremont.
All right, the man himself.
And with Chris Claremont, they pictured the very first X-Men I ever bought, which was X-Men 128, because it
Oh,
was
very cool.
the day reality went wild, because it was so wild, with the
Yeah.
distortion by John Byrne and Terry Austin of the buildings and reality around them. It was just, I couldn't resist it. Um, Finally picked one up and gave it a try and loved it. The first
Yeah,
one I ever saw
Claremont's
was
my favorite
122.
comics writer.
I probably looked at every X-Men: 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 7 issues before this, before ever picking one up, and
Wow.
actually buying it.
Hmm.
I don't know if I saw them all. I know the very first one I saw was X-Men 122, uh, Colossus. I can't believe that Chris Claremont's only 73 years old. That's pretty young.
Yeah.
That's only a couple years older than John Philandase,
Mhm.
my friend.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
That
not.
man could still be on X-Men had they not taken him off X-Men.
Oh yeah.
You know.
He could have wrote that forever, dude. That guy.
Well,
He's
you know what
my
he
favorite
did,
writer of all time. So.
what he probably did for X-Men is uh, unparalleled. Writing it for over 20 years. Uh, that's almost like Kurt Swan drawing Superman for over 30 years
Yeah. Yeah.
continuously. You know,
Crazy.
Growing up, I mean, Superman was Kurt Swan. You know, in when we grew up, pretty much, because
Oh
he,
yeah. Yeah.
not that he drew everything Superman was in, but the main Superman title, Kurt Swan. You remember this
Mhm.
Dazzler that was a photo, black sensitive cover? Do you ever see this one? I don't think you ever
Uh, I,
did, you?
no, I don't think I've got
I
this one.
remember when it came out. It was a uh,
Yeah.
photo cover.
I missed this one.
Hmm. That was a special double-sized issue number 21. Revealed the shameful secret of Dazzler's past.
Oh.
Yeah, this one's not in very good shape, but I mean, this is a black sensitive cover. It's, a good one to get multiple copies of in like mint condition if you can find them,
Yeah. Yeah.
because they're going to be
It's
hard to
hard to
find
keep
in
those.
high grade.
Yeah. Hard to keep those black covers in beautiful
The one
condition.
thing you have in your favor is that was released later when people were collecting comics. And here's Captain America 1976. This might be something Marvel's doing currently. I don't know if this is a spoof or could be a current Marvel book that looks about like something they would do. Captain America with a mustache.
What? Okay. And he's
Yeah,
got
well, it's the
a
70s.
flying Lincoln Continental. Is that what that looks like?
To pull off the collar of the century, you need a man out of time. Hmm. It's got a barcode, so I assume this is something that they're coming out with. Flying car, apparently, like the old Shield car where the tires go out,
Mm-hmm.
and it has the Shield emblem on the hood. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense, I
Thank
guess.
you, Lorenzo, for liking over on Twitter the stream. Appreciate that. I don't know. Why does Marvel look gay? Uh, and DC too.
Yeah.
You know,
Why is every comic gay?
why? 1983, I was buying them. I don't know that I was reading them. Probably still reading them at this time, but there's Avenger where they're going up against the Wizard,
Uh,
causing them all kinds of trouble. Early She-Hulk there.
yeah.
Of course, John Byrne heads up in the corner. Man, I wonder what I just wonder what I could get for one of the most reproduced works of John Byrne. You know, the Avengers heads that are on not just Avengers books, but other like team up books or anytime they
Mm-hmm.
need the characters head, they either use one done by him or George Perez or other artists, you know, through the years. But
Yeah.
been reproduced so many times. I would just wonder what one page of John Byrne artwork like that would be worth today.
Probably
Five
a few
thousand
bucks.
dollars.
Hey, okay.
Hey, Kate. I just wonder.
Dude, I
Was
mean,
Zora?
depending. I mean, if you got in the right auction with that, with the right audience, yeah, who knows?
Lorenzo says he likes green sensitive covers, like I like my ladies. Uh, and he also asked, was Zorro OCD like the Count on Sesame Street? From what I recall, Zorro was obsessed with using the sword to make Z shapes all over the place. Yep, sure was.
Yeah.
Sometimes on the chest of men, of
Yeah.
opponents. Yes. Scar them for life. It was kind of like the Phantom
Sometimes while undressing a
skull
young
ring,
lady.
you know. Phantom would hit them and leave a skull mark on their face. Sometimes multiple skull marks. You mess with the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a picture of that Rob, I think, Rob Liefeld with Chris Claremont
Oh, yeah.
celebrating. Yeah.
Old
Chris
Rob, man, forever
Claremont
young. He still looks like a kid.
he does, doesn't he? I mean,
Yeah.
he's far from being a kid, but he's still got that kid look,
Yeah,
doesn't he? Still
he
got
just
all his
never
hair.
fucking aged, man. Look at
I mean, compared to Chris Claremont, he looks like Colonel Sanders,
him.
doesn't he? Like
A little bit.
I got your chicken right here.
That's his 17 herbs and spices over here. Or with 11. I forget how many. Oh, we can check the herb count.
I always like the larger issues, like with some of them, especially this one has Legion of Superheroes, the Justice Society, and the Justice League because they have that yearly two. That was a pretty cool thing with the Justice League, starting with issue 21 and 22. The Justice Society of America started crossing once a year over with the Justice League. They brought the Golden Age heroes in. Then later, like on this issue, they brought in the Legion of Superheroes or the Freedom Fighters or, other groups on those
Right.
meetings, which were pretty cool, This one had sort of a Legion of Superheroes bent to it because that's one of their main villains there on the cover. Moldred, I'm thinking. Mordo, something like that.
Mordred? I can't
Mordred.
remember. Not have been.
Kind of magical power, so he would
Mm,
have some sway over Superman because magic and kryptonite are the only things that affect him, really.
right.
Now, you mentioned horror comics. Did you ever? I picked up a few of these. I've shown a few of these to you. I don't think you knew about the Nocturnals, did you? That's
No, I don't.
pretty
I
neat.
missed those. Yeah.
Yeah, Nocturnals was a pretty good comic. I've
It
never
looks like
read
it
it.
would have been
I've
right up
collected a few. The artwork was stellar.
Yeah, that would have been something that I gravitated towards for sure if I'd have seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever get to see any of those on the shelf anywhere.
Fantastic Four annual #1, which I purchased this year, only missing the back cover,
That's right.
point 5.
Other than
But
that, it's in pretty good shape. I mean,
well, here's one of the it had 15 pinups in it, right? Plus Fantastic Four #1. Well, it had a Hulk pinup. There's the Hulk pinup from it by Jack
oh,
Kirby.
wow. Cool.
Going up against Mr. Fantastic, stretching all around him down there. Possibly the most powerful living creature to walk the earth. This is the Hulk. Only one other person knows this well guarded secret, the fact that he is actually Dr. Bruce Banner. Dr. Banner. Yeah. A scientist almost as famous as Reed Richards himself. How dare you? But when he steps in front of his unique gamma ray machine, the respected Dr. Banner becomes the raging, uncontrollable, rampaging mountain of muscle. The Incredible Hulk. Fans still talk of the epic battle between the Hulk and the Thing and wonder if they'll ever meet again. Well, here the Hulk has 3 fingers. Kirby was
Oh, yeah.
always
Look at that.
he's got 4 toes. Avengers #1, he had 3 toes.
Huh.
So, these times are a changing. When it came to
Oh,
Kirby on some of the characters, he kind of drew them differently from time to time. Miss a toe here, miss a finger there.
well, with everything that he drew all the time. So missing a toe here or there's not that bad.
Rick
Well, Rob Barkley
Leonardi,
didn't draw feet for years.
doing the cover to this Cloak and Dagger. Of course, he did only 25 cents Marvel Age when it came out.
Yeah, I like Leonardi's run on Cloak and
I'm
Dagger.
pretty sure I sold this in my comic shop, because we started with Marvel Age #1. We sold all of them till we closed our doors.
Cool.
This, Rick Leonardi on this, I mean, especially in like the graffiti artist face, reminds me a lot of the Micronauts.
Oh, the
Michael
Michael Golden
Golden.
stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah, a little
Michael
bit.
Golden. Yeah. He was pretty good on that limited Cloak and Dagger scissors. Si- series.
Serious? Yes.
Yeah, and if you'll look up in the box there's Thor and Hawkeye, done by John Byrne, and he also did an X-Men page out there somewhere, still existing, I guess, as Storm up in there. But yeah, I used to own all those Avengers heads. Pretty unique piece
Bring
to
me
get
the
a
heads of the Avengers.
Sure, you can get to one page of artwork, but to get a seminal piece like that, man, I glommed onto it. I paid $60 for that thing. I guess that was $60 wasted, but I probably got $60 worth of enjoyment out of it.
Oh, I would hope so.
Yeah,
It's a shame that,
I know.
Hey, Chuck Lee in the chat.
Oh, Chuck Lee. I used to collect those. Here's Fantastic Four One
What
pence,
the?
I guess. It's see how they overprinted on there? Or maybe
Hmm,
that's a sticker.
might be.
It
Yeah,
says
I'm not
still
sure.
one slash dash. Is that 1 pence? Hmm.
I guess, yeah, it must be an
Maybe
English
Carrie
version.
can
Hold
tell us.
on.
The power or the overmind. Apparently, it's taken over Reed Richards, and he's
Yeah,
wrapping
I'm not
things
sure.
up.
Point one. I, yeah, I don't know if that's the English version or what.
Oh, it has to be.
Could
But
be South American or something.
I guess. Uh, I like to collect. I have a few British comics. I mean, I know I've got a couple American Captain America. I mean, I have some British Captain America issues, like
Oh,
Jack
cool.
Kirby covers.
Yeah, I don't think I have any English comics or UK comics. But
You mean, and I mean they're the same as the American, except for the pricing. They're kind of a variant.
right. Well, the sizes were different too for a long time. They were more magazine size. Like we look at a lot
Here's
of
some
Dave's stuff.
here's some of Chris Claremont's X-Men during his run. Number 117, the Psy War. Wasn't that the Psychic King or
Garfunkel.
what was his name? Went up against Professor
So,
X on the astral plane, sort of a mental plane battleground.
oh, okay, yeah.
He
Cyborg.
was the he was the king. He was called King something, and had ties to Storm.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
even
yeah,
made it
yeah.
into the movies.
What the
Uncanny
hell?
X-Men 121 going up against Alpha Flight,
Was it?
Snowbird and Sasquatch and Vindicator. Is his name Vindicator?
Yeah.
Leader of the Alpha Flight.
Yep.
And this classic one, I probably saw this on the stands because 122 was the first one.
Oh, yeah. I picked this one up. That was one of my
I will
first
keep
ones
it
that
safe
I
for you.
went back.
Love
Yeah,
the
is that
X-Men.
one of the ones I ended up trading your ex?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's when he
Well,
turned
don't let
into
them
the
burn up.
proletarian. No, I will. No. Did you know bees can be blue?
Um, I don't think I've ever seen one, but I've seen like blue wasps, I think. Blue on them.
Well, here is a blue bee.
Hmm. From eating just a
No, they're
certain
actually
kind
a
of
blue
pollen or something.
caterpillar before they turn into a blue bee. They're blue their whole life.
Hmm.
I think South
Weird.
American, you know. It's life is wild and varied.
Yeah.
They're non-aggressive and semi solitary. They like to live in dead wood. Put their hives in dead wood.
Hmm. Okay.
They prefer to live their lives in dead wood. I saw yesterday where that fire in that happened suspiciously in Hawaii. After
Mm-hmm.
50 days, these beehives were covered up with ash and stuff. After
Uh-huh.
50 days, the bees were still alive in the hive. What they did is secrete this glue type thing around the
Mm-hmm.
entryways, and they just were secure in the hives and survived.
Just sealed
I
themselves
don't know
in.
how they got air, to tell you the truth. I guess it was enough air for all of them to breathe. I don't know. Trapped in
Yeah.
there.
Well, I mean, luckily they're tiny little insects, so they don't breathe a lot.
Would they kind of go in I mean, they're in the dark.
Yeah,
They
they probably
they
get
they
like
feel
kind
the
of dormant.
heat, so warmth. They probably sort of went dormant, right? During
I
that
would
time.
think. Yeah,
Yeah.
just kind of
That was that was
waited it out. Batting the hatches.
yeah. 50 days. That's a long time. That's
Yeah,
almost 2 months.
it's a good long time. I'm
You
glad to hear
know,
they survived though. We don't need to be losing more bees.
no, no, we don't. They say that's kind of a problem. Although you don't hear, I've got to wonder nowadays what's a problem and what's propaganda.
Well, that's the other problem. Yeah.
I have a couple ads out of comics, but I've not seen this one. This is for the 1966 hero shows.
Oh,
Hulk, Submariner, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor. Wahoo! Marvel superheroes are coming your way on TV. Yeah, but
all right.
the cartoons really weren't that good. But I mean, anything Marvel back then, right?
Yeah, yeah. The
Greatest
cartoons
array of
weren't
comic
great.
book superstars ever blessed your way into millions of television homes, and we regretted it ever since. Yeah, I had forgotten about those cartoons till like the early 90s, and then Blockbuster videos started coming out with VHS. Of course, I'd rent it and I'd go, I've seen this. And it all come flooding back to me. Once this
Oh yeah.
stuff was available on VHS and you were able to watch it, it was like, I've seen this. There were some I never forgot about. I might not have remembered that much about, like 1969, 1970, 71 UFO. I remembered the main guy Stryker having like white hair, which he kind of had blondish hair, and the UFOs, the way they woo, their noise. I
Uh,
remember that part. I remember it as a child kids used to kill all the bees the time. Yeah. Now you regret it, don't you, Chuckley?
bee killer.
Bee killer. I tell you what, I'll kill all the blue ones.
Hey, at least the blue ones aren't even
I've never
aggressive.
seen it.
Leave them alone.
Yeah, you want this Kirby goodness. Silver Surfer goes up against OMAC, the one man army corps, all drawn by
Cool.
Kirby.
Look at that.
I love whoever's doing these mashups. 25 center too. In the world that's coming, we'll need OMAC, the one man army corps. That was kind of like Commandy in the future, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Uh, you know, uh,
I haven't really thought about it, but yeah.
except Commandy's kind of like after the apocalypse. But I think OMAC was too, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, I don't remember for sure on him. Oh,
One thing I would like to do is go back to a time way before I was collecting, say, the Silver Age, and see which ones would have
no,
attracted me.
we forgive
You
each other.
know. Well, I'm glad you didn't, Chuck.
Yeah, it was the other kids, Chuck. Yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
believe
Mm-hmm.
it.
Wouldn't you like to go back to a prior time and see what comics you would have collected? What would have caught your eyes? Would it have been Sea Demons? Would it have been Doom Patrol? Would it have been, you know,
No, I'd like to go back to the what was that late '60s when Eerie and Creepy and all of the original EC
oh,
comics
you
were
want the
coming out.
pre-code, the
Yeah,
EC stuff? Yeah,
yeah, that's my
yeah,
jam.
that was a top time. Yeah,
Yeah,
no boards and bags to
those
put
are the
them in.
ones I would go if I could time travel. I'd go back and scoop up all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. You could work for like $2 an hour, or maybe
Yeah,
$2 a day. To buy your comics.
well, that's the thing, right? You couldn't take modern money with you
No,
because
you
they'd
could
look at
take
it and think it was fake.
now you can take gold and silver. So
Yeah,
you know, gold
maybe.
and silver is good in any time, even for a time traveler. So invest in gold and silver, folks.
That's right. Don't trust your government. They're trying to take away the dollar.
Oh, this is a Christmas ornament. I want this. I grew up watching Aquaman filmation cartoon at
Oh,
first
yeah,
made.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd put that on my Christmas tree
That's that's about the only thing you ever saw of Aquaman on that cartoon was at the beginning with him on that seahorse.
on the big seahorse. Yeah, and Aqualad too had one,
Hmm.
and they had Tusky the walrus.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Tusky.
Hmm. Don't forget about Tusky. You know, he was kind of like their. I mean, he had a superpower, and that was holding his breath for a long time underwater.
Yeah, but I think walruses can do that.
Oh, you think so? I'm sus about that.
I mean, how long are we talking?
Oh, way too long for a walrus.
Okay, you say
Maybe
so.
the whole show, every cartoon.
That might be a little long. I don't know.
When I moved my comics, this one here kind of got damaged. I think I had this is the Dale Dracula where he was kind of a superhero. You know this
Oh wow.
he's a public domain character. Actually, I've seen a Golden Age uh, uh, Indiegogo public. I think it's public domain comics. I've actually seen a. I want to say Kickstarter, but it's an Indiegogo crowdfunder
Oh,
using this
cool.
character and some of the Dale superheroes. But yeah, somehow three of my comics. One of them was a Green Lantern, and really that was the best one, Dracula. That kind of somehow shifted down in a tight box where they're all in order and boarded and bagged, and somehow they slipped under the others and kind of got accordion bent.
Oh no.
So
Yeah.
Chuck says I'd love to go back to the 50s and 60s and stay there probably.
Yeah.
I want a Coke. Okay, you go and you get you a nickel. You pull it out of the machine. Good times.
Hmm.
Uh-oh. Can
Oh
I
yeah.
show this? Can I
I don't
show
know.
this? Yeah. Oh, it's artwork. National
Oh,
Lampoon. She get a spanking.
guess she's been a bad girl.
Yeah. That's something that's kind of died out is satirical type stuff. Mad Magazine, National Lampoon.
Oh, well,
Uh,
nobody has a sense of humor anymore, Rex. Everything is, hurts everybody's feelings now. So,
well, I think it's beehive mentality to tell you the truth. Nobody
yeah.
dissents anymore in a way.
No, I think there's plenty of people that do. You don't hear about it anymore because
Have you
if
have you
you,
seen I have this one in my collection. Have you seen this one? Steve Rude artwork, Hulk and Superman, written by Roger Stern,
oh,
Al
I don't know.
Milgrom on the inks.
I think I must have missed that one.
Incredible Hulk versus yeah, this was probably after you uh stopped collecting
Oh,
for
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But some good stuff there. I'd love to go back to the 50s and 60s. I don't know if I'd like to go back. It might be culture shock. One thing I wouldn't miss is my cell phone. That came
Yeah.
out in 1999.
99. Oh, yeah. That was
Mhm.
right around the time I had given up most of, God, just about everything at that point.
That came out around the time of the Marvel bankruptcy years where they were threatening bankruptcy. And
Hmm.
I thought, they're not going to go bankrupt. I even have a book on it upstairs, Shadowhawk, about the bankruptcy that tells you about what was going on, or
Oh,
according
really?
to that one person, yeah, and during those years. And I actually bought Marvel stock during those when the stock went down. That's been the only stock that I've ever bought is Marvel comic stock.
Yeah.
I wound up selling it. Thank you, Anna, for bonjour, for liking the stream
Mm.
over on Twitter. Flamboyant cuttlefish hatchling. That's weird. Cuttlefish are weird looking fish anyway.
Yeah, they
They can reach out and grab you. Abracadabra. So here's a cuttlefish coming out of the egg. Quite colorful. Look at that thing.
are.
Doesn't look like any kind of cuttlefish I've ever seen. I guess it does. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Looks like he come out backwards, to tell you the truth.
I'll
I guess he
preach.
had the car in reverse.
There you go.
Hmm.
Maybe it's easier for him to back out than I don't know.
You know, Jack Kirby and Roz Kirby made sure to like Xerox the original artwork before they sent it off. Here's one of those great Avengers uh, covers he did. Like I said at the time, I didn't fully appreciate it. I loved getting the Avengers, but I loved George Perez artwork so much. I wanted him to do covers, for the books.
Right.
But now looking back on it, that Kirby's been gone so long, it's like, yeah, this was good stuff. I'm glad he did all those, because he
Oh,
did
yeah.
some good Avengers covers. Have you ever wondered, okay, that's a great cover, but what if somebody else did the cover? Did
Oh, yeah.
some other, you know, like I can't think of Days of Future Past with any better cover than what it had, you know.
No, yeah, that thing's pretty darn good.
And I mean I mean they keep using that as a
that's a classic there. Yeah.
even wasn't there was even a CG project. Was it one of Dojo Coons or something? They had a variant cover.
Yeah,
I
with the Days of Future Past. I think I actually got
Yeah,
that one. I can't remember what
who it
campaign it was
was.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember offhand, but yeah, I think I actually got that variant.
You were talking. We were talking horror movies earlier today. Have you ever seen The Creeping Flesh? That's a
I
classic.
remember the
Oh,
Creeping Eye. I think it was called
The
Creeping
Creeping
Eye.
Eye. Uh, That must be the Biden years where it's just like all I can afford is an eye, not
It's
flesh.
the creepy sniff.
Beware the skeleton with creeping flesh that rises from the dead. More frightening than Frankenstein, more dreaded than Dracula.
Oh,
Well, that must have been a Hammer film because it has Peter Cushing in it.
oh yeah, it probably was.
Mm-hmm. Creeping flesh.
I'm gonna have to see if I can find that one. I like to. There's a lot of those Hammer movies that I've never seen yet. We just never had them really available around here that much. So
Mm-hmm.
when I find Hammer ones that I haven't seen, I like to watch them.
Here's your Star Trek comic. You know what? I've been binge watching Lost in Space, and they have a lot of creatures in that. Guys in rubber
Mm-hmm.
suits or whatever. Hairy suits or
No,
uh, some this sound effect that they use. For the monster.
uh-huh.
I swear they lifted that, and it's like Darth Vader's ship. The
Yeah, the Tie Fighter, the roar
TIE
from.
fighters, the scream that they make, that's the
Mm-hmm.
same monster scream that they use in Lost in Space. I guarantee you
Cool.
it is. Every time, I keep expecting a TIE fighter to show up, blast the Robertsons.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I always
yeah,
love
that
that
sound effects
Tie
has been
Fighter
around a
noise when
long time.
that was one of my favorite parts of Star Wars movie when the Tie Fighters would come blowing by and that
Oh, yeah.
crazy roar. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they used it pretty much straight out. Oh wow, here is Jack Saloon in Arkansas, 1935. They don't say where it's from, but wow, Jack Saloon from back in the day, somewhere in Arkansas.
Huh. All right.
16 Park here, best chance. Let's see, bathing the old dog in hot strings. What the hell? Oh, Hot Springs. So maybe it's in Hot Springs. Yeah, Hot Springs, Arkansas. It says it right up there.
There you go. That's what, little south of you, right, Rex?
Oh yeah, that's where my daughters grew up. Don't kick about the drink. You might be weak someday yourself. Interesting. Yeah, Hot Springs is where all the gangsters like Scarface, went
Yeah.
for the summer, for the winter years when it gets cold, like it's cold up there for you now.
Hmm.
They just
Yeah, they
take a
had the
trip
option of
and
going south. Yeah. I wish I had
yeah,
that option.
yeah. I hear you. There was a horror movie, an early horror movie called Black Friday. Have you seen it? Nothing? Really? Okay.
Give me a second.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. He's taking a tinkle, folks. He's in the bathroom. Uh, Two great finds, Rick Saylor says at the local comic shop, not on the rack. Ask them order you a copy. A War Party and the Cryptidnals. Yeah, I've found one of the first issues of War Party. Um, but they found an issue of the Cryptidnals or Rick Saylor did. So that's
Very
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love when I find, Indiegogo or Fund My Comic or Kicks. I mean, I don't keep up with Kickstarter, but I'd love to, buy that independent stuff at local comic book
Yeah.
shop.
I don't have a good local comic shop anymore, man. I got nowhere to go.
Yeah, well, you're not the only one. You know, like over in Jackson, she's been in business for like over 30 years. Her and her husband, and ran it until he died, and she just kept doing it, and seems to enjoy it. Goes to work every day, and
Nice.
deals with comics, and has to deal with the loonies that like comics.
To collect comics. Yeah.
I was talking to John. I actually had a couple pages. Don't have them anymore. Sold them on eBay, but from the when I went over to see John and take him his dump cake for Thanksgiving, he talked about, yeah, I bought about 5 or 6 copies of that X-Men and New Teen Titans team up issue in 1982.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was going to make
a
$1 million off those things, and he says you can still buy them for fairly cheap. We were talking about all the stuff he invested in during the years, with multiple copies.
Oh yeah.
And still has them. And maybe I should talk to him about some of his surplus, do some trading. He's got all his catalog.
Oh, there you go.
Rarely drags them out, but I know one thing I didn't talk to him about this, didn't think to, but he was trying to collect every Superman from January 1960 to December 1969, and he only liked about 5, so I'm sure he's got them now. Some of them are slabbed, some of them are not, but he's got every issue of Superman from the 60s in his collection now. I'm sure.
That's pretty well.
By now. It's not Bernie Wrightson, but here's a Neil Adams horror cover, such as it is, and that may be small for you because they.
Oh yeah, it's tiny. That's okay. I can blow it up.
You kids quit those creepy noises, or I'll stop reading.
Oh yeah.
You those short stories. but that's a Neil Adams cover.
Mm-hmm.
The
Can't remember
Thing,
what
Second Death
that guy's
of
name
Abe
was.
Lincoln, The Laughing Ghost. It had several different things. That was 25, super DC giant size for 25 cents.
Cool.
But that was a lot of money back then, dude.
Yeah, House of
Even for a
Mystery. I
big
got
book.
quite a few of those.
You know, all the others were 12 cents probably then, or 15. You're going to try and sell me that thing for 25 cents.
That's right. That's double the price.
But double your pleasure.
Yes.
And then, you know, of course, in the late 70s and 80s, DC had those dollar ones. I bought every now and then, you know, something like that. But it really had to kind of catch my eye. But no, they didn't have any ads.
No.
That was one thing. Because when you got a comic, you usually got a bunch of ads, right?
Oh yeah.
You
How
can
about
still
some of
sign
the
up for Absolute One Stormy Night today, Jason Bascom says.
fail, Jason? And I am already signed up, sir. Anxiously looking forward.
I know not everybody, Mr. Big King doesn't like Gil Kane, but I mean to a certain degree. But here's another wonderful Gil Kane cover. For some reason, the still 25 cents or whatever is supposed to be up there is not on this.
That's interesting.
And I don't have this particular. See there that the fearsome think tank. Anybody can use that term, but I have a think tank.
Oh yeah, I remember you.
But yeah, think tank has been used in comics before. Here's one example of it. Mr. Rob Ewing did some drawings of think tank for me. I didn't buy it, but I remember seeing and thumbing through this issue because it had such an iconic cover.
Looks like I'm starting to pick up an echo again, Rex. I'm gonna have to pop out and pop back in. You want to make sure the link is still in the chat for me?
Yes, sir, I will.
I'll
Yeah,
be
this
right
is
back.
Gil Kane right here. And Mike Esposito, I think, on the inks. But yeah, just such a weird creature. You know, it always caught my attention. All right, let me drop a link again in the chat for Shadowhawk. Hopefully, everybody's having a good Saturday leading into Sunday, and you know, Monday and Tuesday, and all next week will probably be mixed up for you because of Thanksgiving. Let me check here. Got my cookies and my pads and all kinds of stuff in the way here. Just wondering how many days. 30 days in November. There we go. 30 days. 30 days in November. So 1 day shorter. 1 day shorter. Then we're into December. Oh, this is the one I bought. Yeah. Incredible Hulk 287. I'm pretty sure I bought that. That's a Ron Wilson cover. Not sure about who owned the inking, but that's definitely Ron Wilson. I liked Ron's stuff. Got to meet Ron once. 1983. I've not heard anything, that he's done in a while. Here's an early picture. If you had the Marvel magazines or anything, there's Chris Claremont when he was younger. Not so much looking like Colonel Sanders as he does today. Sad after 20 years, they kicked him off of X-Men, as writing X-Men. But I guess they want to go in a new direction with it. So comics just used to be fun. Great art. Get that Herb Trimpe cover there, the Hulk. You used to have like artists like Trimpe or Kurt Swan on a title for a very long time. You just kind of expected Herb Trimpe on the Hulk.
Hey there.
Hello, and no echo.
Yeah, very
Who needs to go to the Grand Canyon when you got him around?
nice.
Because
All right.
right, yeah, echo, echo, echo.
Yeah, I get
One of the things that was extra added bonus on was the great magazines that they used to come out with. Like
Oh yeah,
Marvel
yeah. I
Super
used to like
Special.
those too.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you never.
I still
It
got
was kind
some.
of like an extra added bonus.
Yeah, I've still got some of the
A lot
original
of times I'd
Star
say,
Wars.
"Oh man, they want me to buy that too."
Yeah, I got the Batman ones from the
Ooh, Ron
'89
Wilson
Batman run.
Daredevil variant cover. Yes. Yeah, Daredevil, Devil Flyer. What did I say? Devil Flyer. Yeah, Devil
Yeah,
Flyer Ashcan still available on Indiegogo. Um, yeah,
get them out there.
some of the elements of this we took and put in the new trailer. We did finish the new trailer last night. That's the trailer for the Ashcan. Pedro did such a good job on the animation there, certain parts that we just kind of adopted that for the new trailer. Some of it.
Ah, very nice.
Put put some of Doc's work and Bog in there, and so you'll get to see the clown thrown up against a tree, and
Oh, nice.
other shots like that. Uh, I think on the back cover, of course, I've got great John Dillard cover, right? I
Right.
think on the back, I'm probably, and I did pay uh, cover rates for this piece. I haven't told Tank Ferret yet, but I think I'm going to use Tank's piece that he did for me for the back cover. Um, and I will show that the picture he sent to me right now. I think that'd be a good on the back
Oh,
cover, don't you?
yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
I've
I
asked him
like
to
his.
add, huh?
I just gonna say I like the way he did the wings on Devil Flyer in this one. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's different. I love seeing different artists, do your
There you go.
character the way they kind of envision it. I did ask him to add more lightning coming in from the left and the right, and I'm sure that'll look dope too. That's kind of how I kind of envisioned it. And then he's
Right.
breaking chains there. I really just wanted a heroic, victorious Devil Flyer for a cover, and with no plans of where to use it. But I thought I could use it on the back cover of the magazine
There you
of
go.
the prequel, you know.
Yeah.
And I did go with the saga continues down at below. I don't care. I said, I know Ryan said don't mix fonts, something you never do. I'm doing it my way, like I want it.
That's
You
right.
know. Uh, I mean, I took what he can, said and others said in consideration. You can't see it that much. But I like that it's there. I think it balances thing out. I just like it better, or I wouldn't have had John do it.
Right.
Uh, yeah. I mean, so we'll have John Dillard on the prequel. Of course, everything written by me, John Falandes. Uh, have Tank Ferret the back piece there, so we get him in there, and then we got Doc Blaylock, of
Yeah.
course, doing the Bog. Uh, so Trying to work
Cool.
out the 48 pages, magazine size,
Coming soon.
coming soon. I'm really thinking,
Okay.
Can I wait till February 3rd to launch? Over there on Red Valkyries. It's a bigger channel. I get it. Uh, but that's a long time to wait. But then I do have stuff to do. I have to have,
Mm,
uh, a spot color job done, some lettering done. Uh, so
well,
I could use the time to get everything
there
buttoned
you
up,
go.
and then that way,
And you'd be
if I've got that
surprised,
stuff out of the
actually.
way, then you back it. Then it's,
Mm,
as soon as it goes out of demand, we'll be fulfilling as soon as I get the books
look
in.
look at it this way, Rex. We're less than a week away from the beginning of December. What,
I
4 or 5
know.
days now?
Yeah.
Um, Before you know it, January is going to be gone. February 3rd will be here, like in the blink of an eye. You'll probably still
Oh,
be going, shit, I didn't
I
get
know it.
everything done.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, and I may not have everything done by then. It's
That's what I'm saying. Get to work, mister.
yeah. Well, now Devil Flyer is all done. The story's completed, lettered, everything. Uh, although, do I make an exception? Do I just? I probably just. I don't know. I still may go the sepia tone route with it. Instead of
Hmm.
just straight black and white. Uh,
Well, okay. I didn't know if you were still contemplating that on this one or not.
I may make an exception for the magazine because the Devil Flyer book uh will be different format size than magazine. The prequel is going to
Right.
be magazine size because John drew the Devil Flyer story to scale, the actual size of a comic book. That's why I'm amazed when you know that fact that he drew very small. You can kind of forgive the lines that aren't connected that he didn't see, or I mean, it to me, it's epic. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, I'm amazed that he did all that at that small of a scale. You know,
hmm hmm you've never seen the whole Devil Flyer story.
no, not yet.
Yeah.
You have not shown me it yet.
I have not shown you. Would you like to see it? I'd show it to you behind the scenes if you wanted to.
I'm actually looking
or
forward
you
to the
or you
surprise. Yeah,
or you want to be surprised. Yeah. I
yeah. I
would
mean,
too. I would too.
I've got enough,
Yeah.
inside information to keep me happy. I can
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah. Well, I mean, by putting that in the prequel and magazine size, it's different. It's like going to be different from the next launch. That'll be more comic book size. Now, I haven't set on a format. I tell you what, I'm really leaning towards like Golden Age or Silver Age, something larger format.
Oh, okay.
I want it to look big. Although I get that most people can't fit in what they have, a Golden Age
I know
book.
that's the problem
Uh,
is the storage. That's the
So I
problem.
would probably go down to Silver Age,
Yeah,
in
Silver
size.
Age. At least you can.
It'd
They'll
still
still
be
go in.
bigger.
Yeah, but they'll still go like in modern comic book boxes and stuff. You know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
I
I
have to
really
use.
I like the magazine size stuff, dude. I appreciate that extra. Just that little bit extra art you get. The little extra detail.
Yeah. Well, if it works out good, maybe I'll keep it all magazine size. Devil Flyer magazine. I don't know. Uh, I'm open.
Yeah.
We'll see. I not really a lot of people doing magazine. I mean, if they do, they're doing like traditional magazine articles, right?
Mhm.
They're not like doing a comic in magazine size.
Right, right. Yeah, like
Yeah.
a magazine format comic, like old Savage Sword of Conan, or like we were talking about, eerie, creepy. The original Harris comics, the Vampirella
Uh,
stuff from back in or the
uh,
Warren comics. I mean,
Lorenzo getting lewd in the chat, saying Rex is going
well,
to show
Renzo.
Shadowhawk something behind the scenes, and whatever it is apparently big.
Oh, Lorenzo, you rascal.
Yeah, I just thought, I might put this on the back cover. This is kind of Superman where he's breaking the chains and stuff, right? Um,
Yeah, I mean, that's a
you know,
classic,
and it
nice
and it goes with
superhero
the
pose.
splash page because when you open that front cover, you're gonna see him all bound up in chains and sinking in the
Hmm.
water, So
Yeah,
on the back cover, you're gonna see the chains broken. So kind of goes
pretty cool.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's got a nice little theme to it,
Well, I thought, visually it came to me that the chains in issue one or the prequel here are kind of a form of bondage, right? I mean, it is bondage. Um, and
Yeah.
some of the backstory about Devil Flyer that, that
Hmm.
he's not in control of his own fate right now. And he is kind of a bond servant or slave, you know. He's not a free agent, a free guy.
Right.
So
Yeah.
he is
He's
kind of bound. So I thought, well, maybe I didn't really kind of catch that, but it goes along with the story, the theme of Devil Flyer, because it is a redemption story of him kind of coming out of bondage to be free, you know, over time.
mm,
It's not going to happen overnight, but bandages, bandage, no bondage, no bondage. Yeah, now Rick's
yeah.
talking about bondage.
He had an ouchie.
Ouchie. Yeah. So, yeah, I also got to thinking, I said, Tank, maybe you can come on here and we can kind of go through Midnight because that's his next one that he's, and, character
Yeah.
that he's supposed to do for him. I'm like, forget all that. Whatever he turns in, it's going to be great. I'll kind of give him some pointers, do away with the chaps, and, uh, have her fanning the gun or whatever like
Hmm.
this, and I wanted something frilly here, uh, maybe a vest instead of like the tied off thing that Vic did. A little bit different. The hat's going to stay the same.
Yeah, I like that.
Uh,
Got to
but I
keep that
like,
hat in that area.
yeah, I like, I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is a drawing that Vic did of Midnight. So here we had chaps on her,
Right.
and we kind of had a tied off sexy top and stuff, and
Hmm. Yeah, I
gave her
remember
like a
watching
Zorro mask.
Vic do this one for you.
Yeah, it's got that foot turned sideways, which is not what I wanted, but I'll take it. I
Uh,
wanted two straight on feet, but you know, we'll deal with it. I mean,
uh,
yeah, that's kind of his go-to. At least he didn't turn it opposite of the kneecap this time. You uh,
yeah, this one's
but
not
yeah, I think
quite
she's
as
a badass
quite as
looking
severe.
character. You know,
Yeah, I think she could be a lot of fun.
yeah, a lot of different looks. So
Hmm.
excited to get Tank Ferret's kind of look on it. Change it up a
Yeah,
little bit.
you can switch it up, with the Western gear and stuff. Like maybe put one of those, like Clint Eastwood had the serape, that he wore in the,
Oh yeah, I could put a serape
like the
on
good,
her
the bad, and the
too.
ugly and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah,
Oh
shit
yeah.
like that. Hell yeah, dude,
Yeah.
you could do all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah. Oh, he was going to send me all the work that he's done for me. Here's
I
the
like
two
this one a
ton,
lot
which I
too,
can
man.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done good work. He was going to send it to me. I said, no, just finish up these next two commissions, and then you can send it all together. Uh,
There you go.
but no need to. You know,
Yeah,
but yeah,
Tank is he's good, man. You
he's
give him a chance and let him run with it. He seems to pull off some pretty cool stuff.
there's his villain speedster, and then he put the white line around it, which is different. where I
Mm,
could isolate that on the computer and not necessarily go with that background. But, uh,
right.
I just wanted him to draw the character in a pose. But he actually went the extra mile and put the background in there. So,
Yeah, it's
uh,
kind of cool. Like she's almost like
but
coming
he
to a
made it
silent
where I
doom
could
or something.
isolate it from the background very easily. Uh, hey, Ray,
Hey, all right.
chat and panel. Yeah, just me and Shadowhawk today. Uh,
Well, I count as a panel. I'm a panel of
that,
one.
oh, yeah. Oh, more than a panel. You've been eating so much lately,
Yeah,
according to you.
yeah. I went from a 2x4 to a 4x4.
Did you realize it was Ricardo Montalban's birthday the other day?
No, I
Yesterday,
didn't.
I think it was. Of course,
Rich
heavenly
Corinthian
birthday.
leather,
Real
only
Corinthian
in
leather.
the Chrysler Cordoba.
Yeah. Hmm.
Boss, I peed on the leather.
Con!
Uh,
They actually had a descendant of Khan there in the Enterprise uh, show. They actually talked about the
all
eugenics wars and stuff. Yeah.
right. Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of the new Star Trek had some good things with it, the new movies, but I don't know. I didn't like the con bit. But I don't know. I guess after Ricardo and Montalban, nobody's gonna live up to Con. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
He was just so cool.
yeah, and really, I would have to say that's one of the most successful uh, sequels. Not really a sequel, but a second movie.
Oh yeah, that probably made. I mean, I'm sure it made way more money than the first
Here you go, Carrie. Here's you a Harley Quinn. In fact, I have a bunch of Harley Quinn for you today, or
one.
just
Oh,
one
very.
of them. Kind of love to play cards with you,
Oh,
with her. If she disagreed with you, you get a bat up against your head. And I
well,
don't mean the kind that flies.
that's right.
It's the Yesterday was the anniversary of Freddie Mercury passing away 32 years ago.
Wow, makes me feel old. Thanks, Rex. I saw a
Hey,
funny ass meme on Instagram today. Somebody put a Freddie Mercury like Neko figurehead on a Sailor Moon
oh yeah.
doll, and the caption underneath it was, "Why does this feel so right?"
Oh God. Just an awesome performer.
Oh yeah, dude, you are still gonna get struck. You don't want to fuck with Queen. Right.
Yes.
The Queen will strike you.
I've never gotten struck with them, but anyway,
Okay.
yeah, such
I
a
don't know, dude.
downturn. Yeah.
I'm just hey, we can go do the show on my channel for a week or two.
Oh
It's
me.
all good with me. You have to
Just
put up with
waiting
me
for
being
the
a shark.
hammer to fall. That guy just had an incredible voice.
Oh yeah, he was a great performer too. I mean, yeah,
He looked like a horse in the face due to those teeth, but
yeah, he
that's
did have
what
some.
gave
He
him
had
his
some monster teeth on him.
unique. Justin Knight said, "I backed this book in May 2020, and it was due April 2021." He says, "I got it today. Be careful whose books you back today."
Well, what book?
That was a long time. Peregrine.
Oh, ha! You
Almost.
finally got it.
Yeah, he finally got his copy of it. Uh, Peregrine Wings of the Falcon. Yeah, apparently he got his copy, and but he backed it in May 2020. That was one I almost backed. Almost, not quite. Kind of glad I didn't now. Have you ever seen a tree hopper? And I don't mean a thing that jumps out of a tree. Okay, wait a minute. Set this up here. Mm. Tree hopper is an insect. It has a very unique look. Rex is safe. He's not vanillized. It's kind of unique. I wonder what that's all about. He almost looks cicada like in the face. Mm. Welcome back,
Sorry, got kicked.
Shadowhawk.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello. I can hear you. Have you
Okay.
ever seen a tree hopper?
Uh, I don't think so.
Weird
What
insect.
the hell is that?
Looks like a
That is a
cicada kind of in the face.
little bit. A weird
Yeah.
looking little dude. Was that South America somewhere or something?
Probably. Yeah, they have all the weird insects. Look at that
Yeah,
headdress, man.
look at the legs on that little guy, man. What the hell?
Yeah.
Weird. Kind of
I,
cool
I
looking. I wouldn't want to touch one, man. I'd be afraid they're poisonous or something.
yeah. Uh, yeah, I mean, you go outside your borders of what you're familiar with, and you find out you don't know as much about Earth as what you thought you know. When you see
Yeah,
some of the
exactly.
weird stuff, that's out there, because
Well,
there's some pretty
I'll
weird
tell you
stuff
what,
out
dude. Just moving across the country. Like first time I saw vultures up close, tearing some shit apart down in Texas. That was eye opening. Uh, and they don't move for you either. If they got like something raw and bleeding on the ground, like in a lane of a highway, they'll just sit there. They'll make you go around. It's crazy.
there. Here is a wild piece of footage. A deer got in fight with another deer, and you clearly see who won because his head is still
Oh
intact.
damn! How the oh
He's
that
having to
got
kind of look around that neck part of his head.
that got out
Isn't
of
that
hand. I
wild?
think.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder if he had to like it rot off his body or how that happened.
Yeah, I mean
I,
it's probably
you
going to
know,
interfere with him being able to eat and stuff too. You know.
eventually it may affect him. I mean, that was used to be a thing in the Roman army. They put attach a dead body to your back, and the uh,
Mm.
disease and everything
And
of the
then
dead
the
body would
disease.
eventually get into you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
The
which that's
comet
a whole
moth.
nother.
Have you ever seen the comet moth? It's the world's largest silk moth, with a wingspan of
Mm.
20 centimeters and a tail span of 15
Huh.
centimeters. It's a huge moth. Uh, Here we go. Just bring it up here.
Let's see this here critter. Oh wow. Yeah, that's big.
They're big.
Holy
That's the
shit.
size of your hand.
Yeah, that's a big old
Can you
moth.
imagine if you're out at nighttime, you don't know what's flying around, you think it's a bat.
Oh
They
yeah,
look
you'd
like
be.
live they look like living kites, don't they?
Yeah, a little bit. Got
Yeah.
the long little tail there with the
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Beautiful. Beautiful though.
Hmm.
That'd be a good snack for a bat, I would think, because they really like to chomp down on those moths. At least around here, they do.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Here is a termite that has been preserved in amber for thousands of years.
Oh well, poor little
That's
fella.
always cool. You could drill into that like Jurassic Park, right?
And we could
And
make a dinosaur.
looks like there was a bubble there within the shell of the thing. So there's moisture, I don't know. There's other stuff floating around there that
There's something in there.
insect gets trapped in amber, and it's kind of like of course, the insect doesn't survive the process, but
No,
it preserved,
but they
perfectly
do. Yeah, they do
preserved.
get rid of it. So,
Yeah.
and then
Andy
we can
Park
make dinosaurs.
was doing this concept artwork, I guess, for Marvel of the Beast.
Oh, that's not bad.
Sort of using the classic look of the Beast.
Hmm.
Check out that suede hair. My favorite character
I like him. I like him with the glasses on too. It gives him that little extra look of intelligence.
of intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because Beast is supposed to be super smart, but you wouldn't know that just by looking at him, right?
a picture from 1882. So there's your clue. Who's this baby? This young child.
Um,
1882.
1882. Uh,
I know it's small on
shit.
your phone. You want me just to tell you?
Hold on. I
Of course,
gotta
this
guess.
is
I
when they
can't think.
used to dress up little boys as girls, and very kind
That's
of
true, too.
girly,
Yeah, no idea, dude.
type wear. Albert Einstein.
Oh, yeah. I was
That's
gonna
a
guess a
very
little
young
girl.
Albert
So no,
Einstein.
no,
Yeah, they used to dress the boys up, kind
no. Hmm.
of feminine,
Yeah, kind of
dainty.
dainty. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
dainty. Yeah. Here's your
I was
Harley
so glad I
Quinn,
missed all the little
Gary.
sailor
I've got
suits
I've
and
got
shit.
several Harley Quinns that I preserved to show you there with the little Joker doll done by various artists.
That one's not bad. I like that one.
Yeah.
It's not overly sexified, but just not
Yeah.
just right.
No, well, this is a little sexier here. This one.
Yeah, that's a little more.
I just wish they
But
weren't
I mean,
destroying the character.
well, Harley is she's supposed to be a bad girl, so nothing wrong with some bad
Yeah.
girl
Yeah.
poses of
Definitely
her.
a little bad girl. Uh,
Well, they fucked up. I mean, they did what's her face in the first Suicide Squad. She was the only good thing about that movie. And then they remade it or rebooted
mhm.
it, whatever you want to call it, and they completely changed her look. And then they did the stupid TV show and really fucking messed things up. So,
Yeah, and they've
yeah.
had the animated thing too, where it's all, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy together. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot about that one.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the animated. They've had
Well,
like two
yeah.
or three
Yeah.
seasons of that. I
Oh
bet
boy.
people like it. I mean, I just refuse to watch some of that stuff.
I,
It's just it's
whatever.
just trash
So,
to me.
I'm not getting into those arguments.
Right. Well, I mean, why do you have to over sexualize everything? Period. I
Yeah.
just don't get it.
I,
No.
I,
And
I
speaking
really
of
like
Poison
Harley in her
Ivy,
original Dexter costume.
I really like this piece that was done in Poison Ivy though,
Oh,
because she
that is
looks
cool.
more like a plant. Kind of like Swamp
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah, she looks
That's cool.
powerful there too.
She almost looks like Phoenix in the face with the blank eyes and the hair.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
But
that one.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she almost looks translucent with her breast lit up like that.
Hmm.
Just like,
But she looks like she's a powerful character there, you know?
yes, understated power.
Yes.
That's Poison Ivy. Apparently, the cover to Poison Ivy number 14. I don't know who did the artwork, though, sadly. Time
Hmm.
for a cartoon, a little funny.
All right.
Ready? Here we go.
Holy, I got the rescue. That's cool.
Peel the egg.
Now eat its brain.
Just, yeah, you're right. Would the brain be the yolk?
I'm assuming.
Yeah. Here is an early piece done by Walt Simonson. It's called Gray Harbor, a pencil drawing featuring one of the earliest of my dinosaur signatures. I always thought I'd come up with the signature in August 1963 between my junior and senior years of high school. Clearly, I was mistaken, as this was drawn earlier than that. So, this is a
Huh.
drawing called Gray Harbor, a very early drawing by Walt Simonson. Pretty wild, huh? That he still has that.
Oh,
Of course, he has most of his artwork. You know, if you have a Walt Simonson original, you're indeed very fortunate because he's pretty much got everything that he's ever drawn. When that
yeah.
guy
He don't
decides
really
to
sell
dump
his
that
stuff.
stuff on the market, he's going to be a billionaire, you know, or his wife,
Yeah,
whomever.
kids, grandkids, whoever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a treasure trove of stuff just waiting to hit the market someday.
Oh, yeah.
Be like
I bought
fine
this when it was
teen
on the stands.
cartoons.
Actually, Marvel got sued over this. I didn't know that much about Amy Grant, but I knew that was Amy Grant's face. And they actually did get sued and settled with Amy Grant over this, but they used her likeness without
Yeah,
her permission on this
without her permission.
documentary.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think I have this. I know I used to have this issue. I think I've bought a
yeah. I don't
copy
think I
of it.
ever got this one.
I
I
bought it
think I.
straight off the stands. Like I said, I didn't know much about Amy Grant, but I knew that was taken from Amy Grant, and she did get sued over that. Six ethics for life. Six ethics for life. I thought this was good. Before you pray, believe. Before you speak, listen. Before you spend, earn. Before you write, think. Before you quit, try. And before you die, live. That's from
Hmm,
William Arthur Ward. Six ethics for life.
there you go.
You know, good ethics to live by. This was a killer Batman. I like how they did the cape. The cape's essential to Batman. Sort of old school. I can even, although that leg is just pretty wild, the way it's bending. Uh, I can see some Frank Miller influence on this artist.
Yeah, a little bit.
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I do
I
like
do
the
like
cape
the
already.
retro look.
Hmm.
I, I think that's the way they should go with Batman. He needs to be a retro character. What do you think?
Yeah, I like classic Batman. You know, I was really kind of hoping when they did the new movie, they were talking about taking him back to his roots, making him a detective again, all this, and they
Here
failed horribly at that. So.
here is a rare breed of black rooster chicken from Indonesia. Isn't that wild? Black eyes, black comb, black feathers and legs, all
That's what
black.
we resorted to, Rex.
Well, we got
Showing
to have representation,
showing
Black
pictures of
lives
black.
do matter. Thank you, Edwin Buzz Acevedo. I hope I get your name right. Uh, Not
Acevedo.
Acevedo. I don't. How do you, okay, what he said. Uh, for
Yeah.
liking this out, you might not like that after I tripped up over your. I do it every day, but he's good not to say anything. Edwin's a great supporter of the channel. We love Edwin over here.
Yeah.
Uh,
Edwin's
yeah,
awesome.
this is it. This is the moment that thousands of bees that survived in La Palma eruption, buried in thick ash for 50 days, were found alive 600 meters from the volcano. Is
Oh
600
wow.
meters a long way? It's not, is it?
No,
Not
that's not that far at all.
surviving by sealing their hives with bee glue called propolis. That's my
Okay.
story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's right. I didn't know what they called
Yeah, you can
beekeeping.
work on your
I
own.
did know that's what they make the honeycombs out of, right? They make the little cells and stuff.
Honeycomb's good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
It's
couldn't
not
resist.
more
Uh, why is this not playing?
because it's choppy ass theater.
I guess. I mean, the timer's actually going, and it's just stalled.
Hmm.
Oh, well, it's playing here. So, yeah, you can
Oh,
see
these
how
are like,
close to the volcano it was.
and these are man-made beehives. Even
600
that's a
meters.
great. Wow,
That's pretty
crazy.
wild, though, that the bees survived after about 2 months buried like that.
Yeah,
And I'm sure they
that's a.
had a few die,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
but
probably had a few
here is
casualties along the way.
here is an actual plant, and the leaves look like a clump of stones.
Oh
It's
wow,
pretty wild. That looks like a cubist got a hold of that, designing that.
that is weird.
Maybe God was a cubist. I don't know. Uh,
Big Picasso
it's
fan.
well, you know, there's few artists in the 20th century that have affected art more than Picasso. I will say that. Now, I don't know that I'm a fan. Uh,
It
fan being
depends on a few.
fanatical, right?
Some of his stuff I like quite a bit. Some of it I didn't
Oh
really
yeah,
get.
I
I guess.
retweeted one he did a drawing he did of his grandfather very early on, and
Mhm.
I think you would like it.
I like his sculptures too. He did some cool sculptures.
I like this. Now I showed you Devil Flyer breaking the chains. There's Superman breaking the chains,
Oh yeah,
penciled by Alex Ross. I
I was
like
gonna
that he
say.
captures the old Fleischer cartoon, the old, Siegel and
Hmm.
Schuster Superman. I like that.
Oh yeah,
I think
I can.
Superman might be his favorite character, you know?
That is a very classic looking Superman right there. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the retro look myself when people do the retro thing. Don't see enough of that in comics now. I
Yeah,
I, I feel, you know. You get something like this, which isn't bad. I mean, this I've seen worse covers, but uh, you know, I don't know. I feel like we're being sold a bill of goods with a lot of these modern comics. They're just not
yeah.
what
And
they
they don't
all
seem
should
to be putting the effort into them anymore.
Oh, Charo had a holiday message. You remember Charo? That was
Oh
I
yeah,
remember her on the Gong Show.
yeah, she used to be around a lot of stuff back in the day.
Oh yeah, and did albums. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hola amigos,
Dude, she's a hell
happy,
of a guitar
happy,
player.
happy ending of Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great day. And now, the evening, I want to share with you this beautiful bouquet of flowers. You know what? Flowers are companion. Flowers are happiness. They put a smile in your face. They are positive
I think
and
she's
light.
probably had
It's
some
beautiful.
work
Definitely
done
we
on
are
her
from
face.
the bouquet of
Yeah,
flowers like that.
probably.
Happy weekend. I love you all. One day we should spend it together. Happy, happy, happy day.
Her English has not gotten much better.
No, it hasn't. Uh,
I mean, she
I'm telling
had.
you though, dude, I fell in love with her when I started playing guitar. I
Oh
was
yeah.
just like blown away. Like, holy shit, this girl's ripping the face off that guitar. Yeah, she plays the classic
Excuse me while I
flamenco
sneeze.
style.
I think this is computer generated, or we do it in time lapse too. But in 10 seconds, you see the life of a strawberry. Nice flower, and then yeah,
Point.
delicious. That's a delicious looking strawberry.
It is a very nicely formed strawberry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of
No
them can
weird.
go kind of whack on the look,
Yeah,
right?
some of them get a little lumpy looking stuff.
Yeah. Ryan James posted this. Says gone at last, and he kind of he put octagon on there.
Yeah, yeah, I saw
Did
that.
you see this? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I sent him a little message the other day.
No, you did. Okay.
Yeah, he acknowledged it, but I haven't actually heard anything back from him.
Hmm. Hmm. Here
I've
was
I've reached out a little bit to Ryan.
here was a sort of a redo of a classic, that big Treasury edition with the Lou
Hmm.
Ferrigno Hulk and the Adam West Batman.
Yeah, that's different.
I would pay to see that. I think most people would.
Yeah, you probably actually could have pulled that off at some point when when the
Yeah,
Hulk
I
first
mean, Adam
started.
West was probably young enough when
Yeah, he was
Ferrigno
probably
was
what?
doing the Hulk.
Yeah, he was probably what, late 40s maybe still
But
when
that Treasury edition didn't come out till like 1982 or something.
yeah.
So,
So time
but
travel
yeah,
involved, I
if
see.
somebody would have thought about that. As we said, Forrest J. Ackerman, who did Famous Monsters, it was his birthday the other day, heavenly birthday.
Corey.
Yeah. Hey, Fanta. It's good to see
Hey
you. Chris
Fanta, good to see you, dear.
Longfellow in the house. Good to
Howdy,
see you,
Chris.
Chris.
Always good to see everybody that comes in.
Yeah, it was good to talk with Horror Mike today. Hadn't talked to him in a while.
Yeah, we
Uh,
haven't seen Mike in a bit, so that was
I
fun.
I called him out. I said, "Yeah, we don't even see you anymore, and whatever. You don't watch my show anymore." He goes, "Well, you don't watch mine either," which is not true. I've been in, in the chat for a while, but it's been a little while. I think there's probably a. I said, "Well, when do you do it?" It's seven
Yeah,
o'clock Friday. Well, I'm on Red Valkyrie's show
right.
at that time. But if I do see that he's streaming, I will.
I always do a rewatch if I don't catch him live. So.
Yeah, I will. I will. Chime in at the chat and at least say hello. But yeah. If I'm doing another show, here's your mashup. Do away with Robin. Just put Spider-Man in there. Spider-Man and Batman.
That'd be a
I
pretty
wonder
cool
what.
team.
I wonder what Spider-Man and Batman would be like. I mean, I know. I think they've actually done it. But
I think they may have at some point.
yeah.
I know
Now
there was
this
a
was a cool
Spawn in
Infinity
Batman.
cover. I'm gonna have to do an Infinity cover at one point, where he's actually holding the comic book, holding the comic book, holding the comic
Right,
book.
yeah.
Yeah. Strange Adventures. I've never even seen this one. This is 179, I think. I'm gonna have to get a copy of this for my collection. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Who
I
put
love
that one out?
I
Is that,
love it. DC
what is it?
Comics.
Is that DC? Okay.
Uh,
It's hard
that's
to see the
probably back.
logo.
That's probably back in the early '60s, maybe late '50s.
Okay.
Looking at the numbering, I don't know. 12 cents. It's in the '60s.
Yeah, 12 cents. Yeah, 60s.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
yeah, I had a couple of flashes from like 67, the year I was born, that were 12 cents. So,
We're back. A dinosaur story's 30 years old. I actually kind of watched that with my children and stuff.
dinosaur story?
We're back.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
remember that one vaguely.
Mm-hmm. 30 years old.
Well, yeah, I probably would have watched that with my oldest daughter.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, your oldest. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. DB Cooper made off with $200,000 ransom, parachuted out in 1971.
Which was a lot of money back then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 200,000. November 24th, 1859, Charles Darwin published Origin of Species, his landmark work.
Yep.
Simon and Simon came out, and then, of course, yesterday marked the death of Lee Harvey Oswald being shot.
Oh,
right
okay.
after the assassination of the president. I think the shooting
Yeah, it wasn't
to
too
shut
long, was
him
it?
up. No, it was a couple days, less than a
Yeah.
couple days.
Mm.
You know, somehow they just allowed that to happen.
Yeah, interesting how that happens.
Shot by Jack Ruby, who himself was,
Mm-hmm.
in 1984 on November 24th. You could have seen this on ABC, and I did watch it when it came out. A lot of people forget about this one. Ewoks, The Battle for Endor.
Oh, God, I can't remember if I watched this or not.
I did, yeah. It was
I
Star Wars.
remember
I
it
was
coming out.
excited for it.
Yeah, somehow I missed the Star Wars Holiday Special too
Yeah,
when that
check it.
came out. I never have seen that yet.
Oh, that's cool. Didn't know that.
What's that?
He knew. Past Master Dan, you know so much, it's intimidating. Yeah, I don't know if I ever watched that holiday special, that was animated, but I want a copy of that, even if it's bootleg. I'd love to. That was Boba Fett's first thing.
I think
Toy
there was some live
Story.
action stuff in there too, though, wasn't it? Like it was kind of like one of those variety shows, I think, where there was some live action stuff.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. Well, I don't care. I'd like to see it. A Toy Story 2 came out in 1999.
Yeah.
That's been a minute. I probably went and watched that at theaters. Toy Story 1 was big with my kids. I'm not sure when one came out, actually, what year that was. In the 90s, I know.
It was only like a year or two, I think, before the second one. Maybe 2 years.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
So probably like 97,
24
96.
years ago for that one, though. November 24th, 1958, Westinghouse Desilu Playhouse aired the episode The Time Element, which was written by Rod Serling and served as the original pilot for the series The Twilight Zone.
Oh, wow.
Don't know that I've ever seen that, but I would like to see that somewhere. If it was the inspiration for the pilot for The Twilight Zone.
Mm-hmm. Pretty cool.
Twilight Zone made him the top writer in, Hollywood there for a while. 67 years since Giant came out with Rock Hudson, Liz Taylor, and James Dean.
Yeah.
One of the few movies James Dean did, Giant.
Yeah.
For
Yeah, he didn't get to make very many of them, did he?
no, he had about 3.
Yeah.
Rebel with Out of Cause, Giant, and was it East of Eden?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Freddie
Judge.
Mercury passed away,
No.
yesterday was the anniversary of his death. He was only 45 years old. AIDS related, of course.
Yeah.
1974, this is a great movie. Murder on the Orient Express, Agatha Christie.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That had Gil Good and Lauren Bacall and Sean Connery, so many great actors. Michael York, just so many great. Anthony Perkins.
Yeah, I went through a reading phase, I think, in like junior high school, right before high school, when I discovered Sherlock Holmes, and then I got into Agatha Christie, all of her mystery novels and stuff, and
49 years.
Poirot, all that kind of stuff.
Here's a 1950 ad for Zenith with a remote control of the TV. Check out that round TV set screen.
Not cool.
Zenith's
like watching a
Lazy
fishbowl.
Bones remote control. Lazy Bones remote control. Change TV programs from your easy chair with the amazing Zenith Lazy Bones remote control.
Yeah.
Only $38.
That's what my dad used to call me. Was the Lazy Bones remote control. Hey kid, go change that channel.
Can you imagine? I've never watched a TV screen that was round, though.
I don't think I've ever seen a round one either. Oh
Really?
no, I take that back. My dad had a little portable one, like a little 9-inch screen that was a round screen. It was weird little TV, but it was black and white.
51 years ago, Lou Reed put out Take a Walk on the Wild Side.
Damn, that sounds that old. Holy
51. 51 years. Yeah.
Yeah. God, I'm old.
James Dean, born in Fairmont, Indiana. There you go.
Indiana boy.
Uh-huh.
Well, that explains the good looks.
Yeah. And spend 30 minutes looking for the remote in the cushions.
That's right.
Yeah. Your dad had a vast array of useless knowledge. Yeah.
I said my
Don't
dad
we
used to
all?
use
Don't
that.
we all? Christmas with the Cranks came out 19 years ago. Did you see that? Christmas with the Cranks?
Yeah, I think I did see it.
And Jamie Lee Curtis? Yeah. I kind of remember
Yeah,
that.
what's her face from Seinfeld was the next door neighbor. Her,
yeah. That started on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
Dark hair?
Yeah. Elaine.
Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire, 30 years old. I went to see that at the theater a couple times. I'd forgotten Sally Field was in that. I hadn't watched. You talk about early trans movie. Mrs. Doubtfire.
The beginning of the trend.
But it really, the makeup for Robin Williams was quite good on that. For the time.
Oh, yeah.
That really is a fun movie. Here's you some Tupperware pictures from 1980.
Oh, I remember it. I had one of those pictures, but it was green. Avocado green.
I found one in a ditch that had a big crack in it, and they have a lifetime guarantee. Turned it into Tupperware, and they sent me a new one.
Nice.
Cleaned it up, sent it in to them.
Yeah.
I said, that's Tupperware. That's, 1989 Reebok Pump, it was released. 1989. Remember the Pump?
Oh yeah.
I never had any, but yeah, that was a big thing.
No,
Pump up the
I
volume,
wasn't
pump up the volume.
big into Reeboks. I was a Nike guy back then.
Poor Robin Williams, I know, right?
Yeah. I think I'm
Yeah,
echoing again here, Rex. It's,
I am. I don't hear it. Oh
I
well,
can.
little, not
Yeah.
much, very little.
All right. As long as it's not annoying anybody out there.
Well, it's annoying one person, and that person being you.
Well, it's gonna do that. So.
Yeah. Friedrich Nietzsche said, "If you stare into the abyss long enough, the abyss stares back at
Stay
you."
back in. Yes.
Famous quote. I liked whoever did the picture here. Poor thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. She's a vacant lot, you know.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
She's a
They should call her Twitter.
she's got a couple of little lovebirds or something floating around inside that brain
Yeah,
cage.
she
Right?
does. Tweet, 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 tweet. Yeah. She's got a lot of room for improvement.
Oh, dude.
Are you
It's
thinking
amazing
about
when people.
Christmas yet? I guess you almost have to if you've got kids. I found this funny.
I wish I wasn't.
Honey, I got a surprise for you. It's a vacuum cleaner. He's got the pipe in the mouth and everything, you know. Man,
There you go.
she's like, you can tell she's excited. Oh, what'd you get me? Yeah, something to work your ass off with.
There you go, honey. State of the art.
You just tell that damn abyss what you're looking at. Timothy says.
Tell that damn abyss to shake its head. Its eyes are stuck.
Mm-hmm. Are you thinking about Christmas yet? I mean, I don't know that
I
I'm
told you I
ready
wish
to
I
think
wasn't.
about Christmas.
No, I'm not. I'm not ready to think about it. I'm not ready to spend the money, but I have no choice.
Lucas Troy did this sort of painted redo of this classic Avengers cover done by George Perez and Ernie Chan, not Ernie Perez.
Ernie Perez.
Yeah, Ernie Perez. I love it, man.
George's illegitimate child.
Here's the original cover. I remember buying this Count Nefaria, Graviton.
Oh yeah.
At Graviton, they actually did Graviton in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's the original cover I loved that I bought off the stands for 35 cents, and here's the redo. Love that. That almost looks like Bob Larkin, the type of stuff Bob Larkin used to do.
I kind of like the original better.
Yeah, well, I like both. Don't get me wrong. It's hard to beat a Perez. You got stiff competition there.
Yeah, it's,
I like that's my favorite costume for Count Nefaria. That's the only costume as far as I'm concerned for him.
If I can't have him in that costume, I want him naked. Oh wait,
is it a bunny or is it a squirrel?
Mm-hmm.
I would say squirrel, but I get the bunny reference. I mean, big in that.
That's a squirrel. Wow, look at the ears on that little dude.
Yeah, I could
It's a
see where they
jackalope.
say it's a bunny. He's a cute little fellow.
Definitely a squirrel, though.
Beautiful
Oh
squirrel.
my God, these squirrels in my backyard now are like. Apparently, they adopted me. Every morning when I go out, they like come right up on the porch, sit next to me and shit. It's crazy. I've almost got them eating out of my hand.
Really? Do you have anything for them to eat?
Yeah, we go to one of the older ladies that Rosie does, haircuts for and stuff.
Hmm.
Brought us a whole bunch of pecans and walnuts and all that kind of stuff in these mason jars. God knows how long they were sitting there, but they were a little stale. So instead of just throwing them away, we've been feeding them to the squirrels and stuff. So they've been getting macadamias and hazelnuts and all kinds of crazy shit.
Now tomorrow night, Don Chin is going to have a Valley Wars live stream.
I saw that. Yeah. I hit the notification on that as well.
Or I guess special guest is going to be Don Chin on their show,
Mhm.
So pretty nice.
Yeah. But Don and oh God, I forget his partner's name. The original guy are getting back together. They're doing Zen Intergalactic Ninja again.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know that he ever really went away, did he?
Don? No, I mean, he's always been out there, putting stuff out every now and again, but he's also got a pretty lucrative.
No, I meant the intergalactic. That character never quite went away, did it?
I mean, I couldn't tell you. The last time I saw him was, 2000. So.
Portrait of Dorian Gray from 1960.
But
there's you some horror.
Wow, looks like me in the morning.
I won't dispute you on that one. And with that, I think we will say adieu, ciao, arrivederci.
Bonjour.
We could go on and on and on, but why? Why? It's the weekend.
Why not? All right. Well, hey, hello. Always good to see everybody.
Apex is going to have Apex After Dark tonight or not. I've not heard.
I
don't know.
The only notification I saw was for the Rec Section Apex earlier. I haven't seen one for After Dark. Has it been 2 weeks since the last one?
Well, usually we do it every week.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, well, you guys rotate every 2 weeks, so between you.
Well, he was doing the Uber thing for some, and
right.
And he started having it on Fridays, and that interrupted me going on Red Valkyries, which I didn't like. So I think he kind of got the hint and sent it over to, but went back to that midnight time. Man, that's rough, especially if you're on the East Coast.
Oh,
you start at midnight. It's 1 o'clock before you even get started with the cast. If they're an East Coast cast,
Right.
But Apex does what he been doing it with him for almost 2 years.
Apex is Apex.
Apex is Apex. That's right.
And we love him for it.
And we do love him. Yes. And we had a wonderful show today on with Horror Mike. Actually had a subject today about VHSs.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. Actually, I caught that. It's amazing what some of them VHS tapes sell for, and I mean, for the most part, you can't even really watch them anymore.
But that's what I'm trying. I said that, and I got pushback on it. It's like, I could still play.
Oh yeah, you can find a VCR on eBay or something, but you don't even know if it's gonna work.
Yeah, it might. I mean, I shared some of the ones that I bought. The Doctor Who. I mean, I bought quite a few Doctor Who VHSs, just for the nostalgia of it. Which is kind of crazy. I've not had to pay a lot for them, really. Now whether they're going to retain their value or not, I don't know. It's gonna
after that,
vinyl's kind of come back. Vinyl's kind of come back, So I don't know.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back.
We knew what was going to be a big collectible. Oh, Heroes for Hunger was that other one. You remember that Heroes for Hunger for the Ethiopians that came out with the X-Men?
Oh yeah.
Had like an Art Adams cover or something.
Mm-hmm.
You can still get it for about $2. John bought a bunch of that.
Oh shit!
And that
John was not a great speculator.
New type. Yeah, I've been pretty solid on my speculation. I just lost it all before I got to cash in on it. But I still speculate a little bit, and accidents happen, right? You have something out, you're reading it, it gets messed up, and you're like, "Oh, I'm glad I got an extra copy." I don't know.
Mhm.
I mean, you speculate, you buy. I mean, you sometimes make mistakes and back a thing twice and without knowing it, or you buy extra of certain things. So yeah,
Oh yeah,
I'd still say you're a speculator.
a little bit, and I
Yeah.
mean, but now the cool thing is too, with being CG indie, Fun My Comic, all the new avenues of doing things. These are very much more like we've talked about before. They're a lot more rare than other books are going to be. So
Oh
I
yeah,
think it's
definitely.
actually worth
Yeah.
doing a little speculating on some of these, especially ones that may end up taking off. Which I think there's a few of them that will.
Or some like
More than a few.
Cyberfrog. About the only time I've done that is with Cyberfrog, and that was the warts and all. And I bought two of those things, which was like about
Dude, I saw a
$450.
copy of
But
the Malin's Black Riding Hood went for $300 the other day on eBay.
wow. Well, now if it works that well the first time, you can expect some more stuff like that out of Malin. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, he's already talking about
Yeah.
doing a whole line of all caps comics. They're not going to be drawn by him. It's going to be just like Black Riding Hood was, kind of edgy.
hmm
Um,
Well, I
so
mean, really,
we
DC
got
was doing
Elephant
that with
coming
their
out.
Black
That's
Label, right? Or Vertigo, sort of
well,
edgy.
yeah, but they screwed it up after a while.
Oh yeah, but I mean, the concept is not.
Right. No,
It been it's
it's not
been
the most
used.
unique concept in the world, but
Right.
at the same time, I think we're gonna get a lot cooler stuff than we got from say DC's Black Label or whatever.
Oh yeah. Well, with DC's Black Label though, you got to see Batman Schlong for the first time.
Oh
So
well,
there is that.
I'm so sorry I missed that.
It was it was all in shadow anyway.
Holy
Anyway,
crap!
I
The
think that wraps up our counter.
Batman.
Went to 0. Now it's up to 1. We
All right,
we don't
Halo,
go
we
by
love
that,
you.
but yeah. But I guess that wraps up episode 576. Join us tomorrow for episode 577 if you got the time,
If you got
and
the
we'll
time,
do
we
it
got the
live.
time. That's right.
Keep collecting.